Just get some money. And it's not me going to nursing school is not gonna be overnight. I have to at least do 4 years to get something. I would love to do art and work, but I don't know with my background if I'm gonna be able to do that. So I gotta see what nursing trade, like what I would get a degree in some type of nursing. Like a nursing field. Yeah, you do, because if you go to the Focus Hope Ready for Work, or like, is it Ready for Work or Seed to Success, something like that? The Focus Hope program, they have a lot of trades, like a lot of training they'll give you, and some of them will pay for your college classes and pay you while they train you. A lot of them are requiring a high school diploma or GED. So, but the program is going to like pay you for working for them while like even with the hospitals, like they have certain hospitals will pay for you to go to the nursing school. They have that at St. John's Decisions. I was talking to a lot of my nurses because I was the longest patient there. I stayed 30 days. So like I was there for a month. I had to bring my PlayStation. I got stir crazy. But like, yeah. They were saying like, you should do this work. You're so good at it. You will be a really good nurse. I was like, you should go to school. They were telling me different schools, I can go to. They said the hospital paid for me to go to school. They had a program there. No, you're not here by yourself.
Hey, Miss Lady, I just wanted to say I commend you for being such a brave woman and getting up here and bearing your soul to thousands of people every day and being transparent and taking all the hits that you take, and you're still soldiering on and you're still trying to make life changes. And I just want you to know I find it quite inspirational, and I totally support you. And I hope you find all that you were looking for in life. All the love, all the joy that you need in your life. Keep doing what you're doing, baby girl. You
Thank
hear
you.
me? Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing. I know a lot of people can be real negative and say mean things, but you know what? Whatever you're doing, you might not see it now, but God has a purpose for you. There's a divine plan for your life, and you're touching somebody somewhere. And as long as you touch somebody, it makes a difference.
Right.
And I just wanted you to know that.
Toda sister.
All right, baby girl. Take care.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so crazy, but like, okay, you guys, this is 2 different scenery. Well, I'm gonna say 3. We're gonna put 3 different sceneries going on right now in the upcoming episodes. So, like, first of all, of course, I have a family, and that's number 1. Number 2, I have other stuff that I have to do, like as far as my house and stuff like that. Like I want to buy a house. I really do. So I looked up a phlebotomist. They pay start I think at like $13 and they go up to $24. Nah. I was gonna do phlebotomist, but they don't make enough money for me. It's not a career I would want to retire from. And then you gotta start that low and you have to work your way up. This is gonna be 6 years before I get to 17. Because I'm only about to be 30, so I can still retire at 65, 66 with a good 30 years of work. Over 30 years of work can still get me a good retirement, like a good Social Security and 401k. So I don't want to clean nobody's teeth. I don't want to deal with that. I just would rather do the work of someone who's helping someone through their transition, because a lot of people that deals with dialysis don't make it. So I will lose patients. Patients is going to die in front of me. So like but my whole thing is making sure that I give them, the best help when they come in there and they need that, you know, that support. And of course, it's dealing with fluids and stuff like that. But I get to learn about the organ and why it's important to do things properly. And then I think it's a holy job too, because it's dealing with organs. So like, it's a holy job. You have to be very clean. Yeah, but those are the upcoming. Like, I'll tell you guys afterwards. Shalom when the time. Uh-uh. Sister. No, you did not just come up here butt booty naked. Is that somebody back there naked? What? Sister, we gotta do better. What I was talking about? Oh, yeah, like if you guys look up and see me finishing and working in my career and stuff like that, like I feel like don't matter what situation that I'm in, whether I'm single, without anybody in this world, family, a man, anything, I'm going to make sure that I myself I'm going to be straight. And that's how I always felt, and that's how I'm always going to be. So I want to look out for me first. I haven't focused on me. I haven't never gave nothing to me. And what I want is success. I want to be able to get extravagant things. I like nice things. And I want to look a certain way and have a certain personality. And I feel like I always see myself as like this boss type of lady. Like I always have that spirit. That's why I prefer this hairstyle over any other hairstyle. I prefer a slick back ponytail over any hairstyle that exists. So like I just always like being etiquette and feminine, and come home, take off my bracelets, my real bracelets, and take off my little blazer, drop my bag, give me a glass of wine, light some candles, do my mask, take a shower, may take a bath that night. All depends on how I feel, type of situation. Like, I don't really, that's my spirit. That's what I want for me. So regardless of anything else, and I do have a family, but I have to make sure I'm straight. And that is however that looks like. Okay. And if I'm straight, then my family going to be straight. Always. But I knew it was going to be a time where I separated from my family to make sure that was going to get done, to make sure that got done. I knew. At first, I thought it was going to be modeling. Like, I always had this thing where I was going to be modeling and I was going to leave my children and just send money, to them and send money to my family. Like, I always wanted to do that. I wanted to go out and probably be like a flight attendant. But I don't know, I could never be a flight attendant. Why? Because I have children. All of the careers that I wanted, I couldn't do it because I had children. And so now people don't get it. I have to focus on me first. And that's something that I learned in the parenting class. I have to focus on me first. And I have to get my education. I have to make sure I have a reliable vehicle, because having children and getting shooters, I don't like that, because I have to constantly put money into it. But if I set myself up with my education and get a job and be really self-sufficient, self-efficient, then, I don't want my family to struggle. I just don't. And now that I have this time, I just need to focus on my education. So I'm going to do some, work tonight and just focus on that. Focus on the stuff that I like, which is not having to struggle. Because when we had those, I don't care what you guys talk about, but when we was getting that unemployment and I was getting unemployment and stimulus, I like that. I like taking my children on vacation, just me and them. I like that, to resorts. I like that feeling. I like being able to go into the store and pick up something that I like. Of course, I'm not going to be dumb and put $1,000 to something but if I did put $1,000 towards stuff, put $1,000 towards bikes, got trampolines, got different types of furniture, had food, we did it, we did what we were supposed to do, but got pools and had bounce house parties and had a whole, just 1,000 cars full up with bikes. So I never did that before. That was nice. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. Chicken sis kebabs and steak sis kebabs. I threw up for my first party. I felt good. I don't want that to stop. I don't want that to stop. And I need money. I need a career to do that. We shouldn't just get no shooter. No, we need something like a Denali, something I can finance. And I need money for that. I need education for that. So that's what I'm going to do. And, that's my main focus right now. Why they tripping on buying number 9? With psychology and it's hard for you to find a job? See, yeah. That's what I really wanted to do first. I wanted to go into advocating for the psyche, understanding the mind of emotions and the way people think. But I talked to a lot. I went maybe 7-8 years of talking to different social workers, and they was like, no, don't do it. You have to have your master's to get any money in this. I'm like, okay. Even my late, when I was going to this Christian church that I grew up in, he was saying, don't do it. Their daughter just did it and it's not. So I had to give that up. I ain't never want to be no nurse. I wanted to do that. I wanted to work at the juvenile systems, but don't make that much money. $45,000 a year ain't no money. So like, I want to make more than that. So that's why I'm switching to this dialysis tech. That's where the money at. Seems like everybody dealing with something with dialysis right now. You got to go where the money at. You got to go where stuff is happening at. A lot of people dying from COVID. This is a good time to go and do something about that. Help people with the repad. Do something in that field or something. You got to go where the money at. And you got to go where it's going to be longevity at. Because dialysis, somebody always going to have something going on with their kidneys. It's always going to be a high pain field. And it's going to always go up. And then I'm not even talking about stocks and bonds yet. So I need money for stocks and bonds. You have to take money to make money. Can't let it get away from me. So if you see me in the streets, that's the only way I eat. If you let me, then pray for me. For real, it does. It takes money to make money. So, or a government job, yeah. But then they're still living in a city. I want to move farther. I want to move to the hills. That's where I want to live. I don't want to live and just spend my life in the inner cities. If I can get so much money, I can move to the hills, I'll be good. Where the mountains at. I need to see some upskirts. For real. If I can live away from people and have a nice vehicle to drive 45 minutes to my job, I would do that. Or just, yeah. I don't really like living in a city like that. I just really don't. I want to live outside the city. Like my cousin Sharon, I went to her house because she's a chef on boats. You know, she cooked for chefs she's a chef on the like yachts and stuff like that. Her house, they built her house. It was like a lake out there. We went to the lake, and her neighbor was far. Like I would say, like maybe 4 football fields away. And it was a lot of land. It was just so nice. Like the area, like. But I wouldn't want to live like that. Like I would want to live by houses, but not like close. Like not that close. Or if the houses is close, the yard is big enough where we got everything like cut off. Because it's not like privacy, you know? Like the privacy where I can walk out my driveway and don't have to worry about looking at somebody next to me. Privacy. And that takes money, and we gotta grind. We gotta get in the mud to get that, because we come from nothing. We come from the bottom. So, education is key. And I'm gonna do my research. Oh yeah, and then real estate, of course. Like I'm that's what I'm saying. Like I have to get this money. So we talked about that. Me and my husband talked about real estate. You know, getting a house, and especially if we like Section 8 approve it or do Airbnb. So I say I'm gonna do 2 years working in my career officially, like 2 years before I start getting into stuff. But if I do 1 year, I'm going straight into stocks and bonds. But 2 years, I want to do like buying a property.
Your guy, is he Indian? Like the necklace he has on, is that a Mangusutra?
No, he had like the Lion of Judah for tribe of Judah, and then he had like a one with the arrow on it because he Gad, Native American, so-called Native American Indian.
Yeah, well, because if you look up Mongol Sutra, his necklace looks exactly like that, which symbolizes them being getting ready to get married to somebody. That's why I was asking you that, because it looks exactly like the Mongol Sutra.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yep. So that's why I was like, yeah, that means he really is marrying you, because that's a Mongol Sutra on his neck, which
Mm.
is like for their culture, meaning they're about to marry somebody, and that's you, I guess. So he really is getting married, y'all.
Yes, I love her energy. No, the ceremony is not tonight. You guys don't listen. What? Okay, so again, you guys can look this up, okay? First, there is 5 parts to the GED test. 2-part reading, 1 part science, 1 part social studies, and 1 part math. I passed the official 2 parts reading and the official social studies. So I only have the math and the science to do. Then I will officially have my GED. You cannot get your GED until you pass all 5 subjects. And I already did 3 of them. So I only have 2 left before I will officially get my GED. Then, because I missed graduation this year, next year, June 16th, they're having a graduation. That's when I will walk across the stage. No, you don't have to take it all at once. You can take it all at once if you want to, or you can take it in parts. Don't worry. Just continue to watch. You're going to see me get my GED. I was thinking about that today. How are you guys going to react when I get my GED? You're going to be like, oh, she finally got her GED. There's going to be so many people scoffing. There's going to be so many people scoffing. Okay. Yes. Yes. Excited. Well, honey, I'm changing my mind. Just focus on my career right now. People say stuff, things change when you in a situation, when you got a chance to think. Yes, I have to get my GED before I move forward. Yes. I think I'm going back to I don't even have a van. It's not smart to go back to struggle. But what you're not going to see me doing is you're not going to see me just sitting around like a year sitting around. No, you're going to see Angelic moving around. You're going to see her handling her business. That's what you're going to see Angelic doing. Okay? I may have a little fun in between time. I may make even bad decisions in between time. But you're going to see me moving forward. That's the most thing you're going to see. And so that's what's important. Right. So like my scheduling, I already scheduled mine. Let's see. So mine's for the science and the hold on. Yeah. Mine's is scheduled. I have to pay $75 for July 6th for the GED test. This is the different sites. So yeah. I only got 2 more left and I get it, you guys. I only got 2 more left and I get it. If I just walk out at least with 1, I'll be good. I could have got it paid for if I went through the college and passed the pre-GED test on their website. I have to pay $3 to take it. And if I pass it, then they'll give me a voucher to pay for it. But I'm doing this by myself. I'm not going through the school to do it. But they still will give me a graduation too. So they will give me a graduation. So yeah, my graduation not going to be till next year though. But my goal is, this is Angelica's goal, by September 21st, I will be working in my career and I'm throwing a bash. I'm letting you know right now. I'm throwing a 30-year party, 30-year-old party with my GD and working in my career. I'm going to have a nice dress on, okay? It might even be red with a side boob. And or black, either red or black. But if I do a white, I wanted the side boob with the triangle, like the side boob cup with the triangle shoulder, with the either like the V-neck or it can either be a U-neck. Yes. And I'm gonna have me on some, I might even like, I don't know. Like, I just cannot wait. I'm gonna do it at a lounge. And do it at a lounge. And my girl's gonna be there. And then we just gonna toast. I'm drinking Moet the whole night. I'm just letting you know. Drinking Moet the whole night. But yes, then I have a lot to celebrate for. Like I have a lot to celebrate for. And then I can work on my give me a nice 3-roll. Give me a nice 3-roll. I will officially be off my Social Security so I can do whatever I want to do with no limits. With no limits. I can make how much money I want. And then girl, it ain't about how expensive it is. It's about the taste. I like Moet. It's a Detroit thing. Sorry. Yes, Social Security does hold you back. And so I'm very strategic in what I do. So like I have a plan. I don't want to just jump out there. Like I have a plan. And if I want some, I don't want no liquor, but if I want some liquor, it have to be in a black bottle. That's all. If I drink, and I ain't talking about no Jack Daniels. If I drink some liquor, it got to be like in a black bottle or it got to be in a brown bottle. And I'm not talking about light brown. I'm talking about something like dark brown bottle. And they have to be heavy. That's what I want. Those type of cognacs. It's really good. But yeah. I think it's like they have like, I don't want no Hennessy. I want something exquisite. Like I want a exquisite taste. Something. Girl, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. It's something that, you know, I'm not even celebrating that it's my birthday. I'm celebrating that I made it to this monumental age. Like 30 years is a lot. I've been officially 30 years on this earth. Like that's a lot. And not only that, the age of 30, dealing with the person's mindset and them really going and growing, getting into their prime, which is in their 40s. Like it's just monumental. And I'm going in with with some credentials. Like, yeah, that's something to be very excited about, working in my career. So I want to celebrate that. And I don't want it to be in no club. I want it to actually be like, if I can do somewhere on a rooftop, that would be nice. But if I can't get a rooftop, I want the rooftop setting to be indoors. It would be nice. Like, people be like, why you just don't want to leave out of town? I don't know. I'm not going to spend that money in September. It's too close to go out of town. I had to put some oil on my hair. But I'll be back later, you guys. We had a good talk. A lot of people was getting muted left or right. So admin SD by number 9, 613 be doing their door deals as always. I didn't abandon them. I'm glad. See how y'all try to use that against me? You didn't even give them up. They were taken, y'all. So you could anything.